Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Katie and I make stuff vegan. Okay, so boom. Y'all, as you can tell by the title of the video, I made EGUSI stew and FUFU. And this dish has been trending like everywhere. I'm low-key late to the party, but just as I suspected, this was a little bit laborious. Okay, it wasn't laborious, but it just took a long time. And like, you know, I have to get into the right mental set. Also, you know, I'm an observer. Like I have to like see it a couple times, you know, pick up on the vibe of it, you know, like it just, I've been wanting to make this since March. It's June, but you know, we move and we're here now, and it was so freaking good. Like I am so excited to share this recipe with you. And there's a couple of things I've had to think through, like how am I gonna make that vegan? So that's why, you know, it took so long, but you know, we here now. So if you want to see how I made vegan EGUSI stew, so ratchet. If you want to see how I made vegan EGUSI stew and FUFU, keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to never miss any of my videos. And the link to the detailed recipe will be in the description box below. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so I'm gonna start by making like the meat that goes into it. So I've been seeing a lot of people when they've been doing these taste tests on TikTok and stuff, they'll like, there'll be goat meat in it. Can't have that. Goat meat's also like low-key difficult to replicate vegan because of its like distinct taste. So I've been vegan for about 4 years, but I spent my whole life eating goat because, you know, Jamaicans have curry goat, we have manish wata. And actually one of the reasons why I remember not liking manish wata, one was because of the surprise. Manish wata is goat head soup, like Jamaican goat head soup. And one of the reasons why I didn't like it was one, the surprise element, like why is there a jaw in my cup? And two, like goat has like a gamey taste, and that's like kind of difficult to replicate. Like you can replicate beef, but like the gamey nature of goat, it was difficult. But you know what? You know I'm gonna come through. You know I'm gonna figure something out. You know I'm gonna go sauté oats, all right? So I'm taking my very soy chunks. You know I'll be using these stuff. You know I stay true to very soy. Like I just love them so much. They're so easy to manipulate. And I'm going to boil this in some vegan beef broth. I'm using the Better Than Bouillon, no beef base. You've seen me use this before too. So it's got a big cup of water, and I'm doing it here. Obviously, it would be better to bring the pot to a boil and then add all the stuff in there, but like that was just a lot of work. It's a whole bunch of back and forth with the camera and stuff. So I just put some Better Than Bouillon, garlic, a whole bunch of garlic, like 6 cloves, a whole bunch of thyme, because you know I rock heavy with thyme, and onion, and I boiled that and simmered it for like 30 minutes. Okay, so now I'm making like the stew part of the EGUSI. I'm making the little red stuff. I'm sorry. Like, if you are Nigerian or West African, like, correct me. But like, I was so out of my element. Like, I have a little bit of a point of departure because we all eat the same stuff. You know, like Jamaican food, I can see some resemblance, but we don't have anything like this. So I just be doing my thing. But I put some red bell peppers. I had a yellow one sitting around, so I just threw it in there. Onion, garlic. I put the Better Than Bouillon, no chicken base in this. But I think I got like a little bit confused because that's how you make the APs. But you know, it was still bussing, so it didn't matter. Okay, so here goes my EGUSI. So EGUSI is like ground up melon seeds. And y'all should have seen, I was gonna film it, but like I didn't go into this week thinking I was gonna make this. I was actually gonna make pepper stew. So when I went to the African market, I was so confused. The girl like saw me go missing for 20 minutes and was like, do you need help? I'm like, ma'am, the pepper, where's that at? And the EGUSI, and it was just like in a random bag, literally like in these like random bags at the front of the counter. So she told me that's what it was. I took her word for it. I was so overwhelmed. Okay, I wasn't overwhelmed necessarily, but I was just so confused. Like when I go to the Jamaican market, like I know what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? But I was so out of my element. But it was fun. It was good. And the girl was so nice. She was like, and I feel bad, I don't think she was Nigerian. So I was asking her all these questions. She was like, babe, I don't know. I don't know. But what I did was I put about a cup of the EGUSI. I think I used a little bit too much, but you know, that's what I did. It still turned out good. A cup of the EGUSI with some water, and I mixed it up. Okay, so in a large pot, like a large pot, my biggest pot tier, I sauteed some red onions, maybe like a whole red onion until it was fragrant, and I'm adding the stew to it, and you know, lickle. And what I really should have done, I think it made like my whole blender was filled with the stew, and I should have used all of it. I don't know why, because I feel like it could have been like a little bit more like liquidy, but you know, it's fine. The texture looked how everybody else be looking. It tasted good, all that stuff, but I think it could have been like, it was giving, but it could have gove more. You know what I'm saying? If I use all the stew, so you'll follow the recipe. Okay. All right. So I cooked down the stew until it got like really thick. Like basically there was almost no more water left in it. And now I'm adding my EGUSI. This part was so violent. Like this was so violent. I mean, I did have my fire. I mean, gas stove, whatever. This is an electric stove. You know what I mean? I had my fire kind of high, but it was getting violent. Like, why was it bubbling like that? But I was like, you know what? My house was smelling so good. So I was like, we're going to rock with it. I'm rocking. And I'm adding my EGUSI into little drops. You know, I just saw what people were doing and I followed it. I've seen people add the EGUSI straight to the pot, but you know, I'm trusting the Nigerians because you know, I'm just doing my thing. Okay. I'm gonna make it vegan, but I'm gonna keep it authentic. Okay. So I cooked the EGUSI until it like came together. I wanted to cook it longer, but like I said, I didn't use all of my stew, so I didn't want it to burn. But I was just waiting for it to like come together because when you put it in there, it was giving cornmeal, it was giving oatmeal. So I was waiting for it to come together. That took like 10 minutes. Okay, now I'm adding my little beef chunks that I had simmering off to the side. So I know a lot of you don't have very soy near you, and I was trying to think like, what could I use? First of all, you could just skip this all together, just make the beef stock. You could do that. Another thing you could use is always the Gardein beefless chunks, but I wouldn't boil those as long. Just as a note, I would not boil those. Cause I boiled these for like, these are adorable. I did it for like 30 minutes. I would not recommend that with the Gardein beefless chunks. And the reason why I always say the Gardein is because you can find it anywhere. They're at Walmart, you know, so I will go ahead and use that. What you see me adding here, I'm adding nori. So I took 2 nori sheets, I rolled them up and then I sliced them like really thin. And the reason why I'm doing that is normally at this point you would add like dried crayfish, dried shrimp. Can't do that. So closest vegan thing to that is the nori. You could do it or you could not do it. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. I thought, like, I like to keep it like as closely to the real thing as I can. And so it was important for me to do it. You could do it if you're not. I mean, I'm sure it did something to the background, but whatever. Okay, back to what I was saying. I mean, yeah, that's really it, girl. I'm trying to think. Like, if I think of something else, I'll put it in the description. Okay, so normally at this point you use cassava leaves, and I've never tasted a cassava leaf. I don't know what that's supposed to be, so I just use spinach. I see people use spinach all the time. I use heck of spinach, but does it matter? No, because spinach is disrespectful as heck. It will just evaporate into nothing. So this was 2 bunches of spinach. I don't know, like 6 to 8 cups, and it just does nothing. It just dwindles down. But yeah, I added it at the end. Normally you would add the cassava leaves like way earlier on. I'm assuming they're like a collard, which needs to be cooked longer. But like, you know, spinach just be doing this thing. It is, and it's done, you know? But yeah, and then you could adjust your seasonings as you go. So I add a little bit of salt. I think at one point I also added a little bit more of the better than bouillon. But honestly, this was hit. Oh my God. Okay. So I thought the EGUSI was going to be the hard part. Let me tell you about this FUFU. Let me tell you about what I went through. It was giving Elmer's glue. It was giving cement. Like what I use cassava because I already know I don't like yam. Like I really don't like yam. It's just nasty to me. I don't know why. Maybe if I've had it pounded, it would be better, but you know, I'm gonna really mess with yam. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna use cassava. This is where I messed up. 1, I blended it way too smooth. 2, I didn't strain it. Yeah. And I see some people strain it, some people don't. But like when I didn't strain it and it was too smooth, it never like came together in the pot. So I'm over here, first of all, and the thing is molten hot, like molten hot. And I'm over here trying to maneuver it. Y'all, it was a mess. I was in here like, this is ghetto. Like, I went through the mud. I made it out the mud with this FUFU, okay? So, you know what? I'm a very stubborn person. So I went back and I did it again. This time, luckily I had frozen cassava because, you know, I stand cassava. And I was low-key butthurt because I had bought a real cassava root from the Asian market. Anyway, I went in my freezer. I got some cassava root and I chop it up. I would not recommend doing it like that. You know, I've been using, what's it called? A cleaver since the age of 9, chopping up chicken bones when I used to eat meat, okay? Jamaican things. I would not recommend chopping it up like that, but you know, at your discretion. Okay. So then the amount of cassava you use literally does not matter, but whatever amount you want, you blend it up, and don't blend it up too smooth, like almost smooth. And then you just stand by your stove on medium low heat, and you keep stirring, and it comes together. And you need the strength of Job to stir that, but you know, you're gonna keep stirring. You're gonna go like that. You're gonna keep stirring, and it comes together just like that. And the problem was, like I said, I had too much water. So, and I have this big pot of EGUSI still right now, so I'm gonna make more fufu. And what will really set it off the chain is if I had cheesecloth. Like if I had cheesecloth, to really make it drier, period. But y'all, you see that? You see? Okay, this is what I had to say about it because I wanted to try it on camera because it went stupid. I look crazy, but I went through it for this freaking fufu, so I want to try it. This is amazing. This is amazing. And I know me, and I knew I would not. I'm gonna try it with yam, of course, but like, I don't do yam. I'm gonna do that. Yo! This is stupid. I wish I made more fufu, but I low-key was traumatized, so. Nah, bro. I know I'm eating with my left hand. I feel like you're not supposed to do that. But look. Nossa! All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you try it. Like, I know, like, it's a lot of steps, but it is so worth it. It is so good. And like the EGUSI has like this like nutty, like savory flavor. It's just, it goes crazy. Let me know if you try it. Let me know if you think, especially like if you are West African or you're Nigerian, like how did I do? Let me know. Don't drag me though. Don't drag me. Just let me know how I did. That's it. Don't be like, just let me know how I did. Okay? Thank you again for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to never miss any of my videos. While you're here, check out my other videos. Love enough video. Check them out. Recipes in the description box. Thank you again for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Why did I say that so slow? Well, you know, I might as well say something slow. I will catch you in the next one. Bye, y'all.